You are about to hear something that will change the way you walk out of your front door every single morning. What I am about to tell you is not a theory, it is not a conspiracy, it is a real legal shift that has already affected thousands of ordinary people across North America, people who thought they were doing the right thing, people who thought being honest with police would protect them. It did not. And after watching this video, you will never make that mistake again. Welcome to Credit Smart Canada. I am glad you are here, because today we are going deep into something that the mainstream news barely touched, something that affects your rights, your freedom, and your future in a way that no one warned you about. Stay with me until the very end, because the last thing I share could be the most important sentence you ever hear. Let us start right here. Imagine you are driving home after a long shift. You are tired, you are hungry, you have done absolutely nothing wrong. Suddenly, red and blue lights flash in your rearview mirror. Your stomach drops. The officer walks up, taps on your window, and asks a simple question. Do you know why I pulled you over? And just like that, without even realizing it, your mouth opens. You say something. Maybe you apologize. Maybe you explain yourself. Maybe you try to sound cooperative because you think that is the smart move. That moment, that one moment of trying to be helpful, is where everything falls apart. The Supreme Court has now made something crystal clear that defense attorneys have been screaming about for years. Anything you say to law enforcement, and I mean anything, before you are read your rights and sometimes even after, canon will be used against you. Not twisted, not misrepresented. Used. Exactly as you said it. Because here is the brutal reality that the justice system does not advertise. Police officers are legally permitted to lie to you during questioning. They can tell you that your friend already confessed. They can tell you that your fingerprints are at the scene. They can tell you they have video footage that does not exist. All of that is completely legal. But the moment you lie to them, that is a criminal offense. Think about how wildly uneven that playing field is. You are sitting in a room, stressed, maybe scared, definitely not thinking clearly, and across from you is a trained professional whose entire job is to extract information. And you have decided to help them. Without a lawyer. Without understanding what they already know. Without understanding what they are trying to prove. This is not about being guilty. This is about being smart. There is a famous law school lecture given by a criminal defense professor and former prosecutor named James Duane that went viral years ago. He stood in front of his class and said 5 words that every single person on this planet should tattoo to the inside of their eyelids. Don't talk to the police. And then the police officer sitting next to him, a 30-year veteran, stood up and said the exact same thing. 2 people from opposite sides of the justice system, completely united on one point. Silence protects you. Words do not. Now let us talk about what the Supreme Court actually ruled and why it matters right now. For years, people assumed that if you were innocent, staying silent made you look guilty. That logic felt right. That logic was destroying lives. Courts have now reinforced what Miranda warnings were always supposed to mean. You have the right to remain silent. That is not a suggestion. That is not something reserved for criminals. That is a constitutional right designed specifically to protect ordinary people from a system that is powerful, experienced, and highly motivated to close cases. Here is where it gets even more terrifying. Studies have shown that false confessions are responsible for a shocking percentage of wrongful convictions. Innocent people confessing to crimes they never committed. Why? Pressure. Fatigue. Fear. The desire to just make it stop. Police interrogation techniques are specifically designed to wear you down. They are not designed to find the truth. They are designed to build a case. And every word out of your mouth is another brick in that case, whether it points to your guilt or not. Think about how easy it is to misremember a date. Think about how easy it is to get a time wrong under stress. Now imagine that inconsistency being played back in front of a jury. Ladies and gentlemen, on Tuesday he said he left work at 5. Today he says it was closer to 5:30. That is it. That is all it takes to make an innocent person look like they are hiding something. You did not lie. You just remembered wrong. And now you look like a liar. So what do you actually do? Here is the simple, practical truth that could save your life or your freedom one day. You say these words clearly and calmly. I am choosing to exercise my right to remain silent, and I would like to speak with a lawyer. That is it. Nothing else. No explanation. No apology. No, I haven't done anything wrong, I just. No. Stop. Those 7 words are a legal fortress. The moment you say them, legally, questioning must stop. Anything they get from you after that becomes a much harder fight for the prosecution. Now some of you are thinking, that sounds extreme. I live a normal life. I am never going to be in that situation. And to that I want to say something gently but directly. The people who end up in interrogation rooms are not all criminals. They are witnesses. They are bystanders. They are people who were at the wrong place. They are people whose roommate, sibling, or coworker did something they knew nothing about. You do not have to be the suspect to be questioned like one. Here at Credit Smart Canada, we talk a lot about protecting yourself financially, protecting your credit, your future, your financial identity. But none of that matters if you do not understand how to protect yourself legally, because a single encounter with the justice system, handled wrong, can wipe out everything you have built. A criminal record does not just follow you through the courts. It follows you into job applications, rental agreements, loan approvals, credit assessments. The financial and legal worlds are more connected than most people realize. So before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Your rights are not obstacles to justice. They are the foundation of it. Exercising your right to silence does not make you look guilty. It makes you smart. It makes you someone who understands that a system built by humans, run by humans, enforced by humans, is imperfect by nature. And protecting yourself within that system is not paranoia. It is wisdom. If this video opened your eyes even a little, I want you to do one thing. Share it. Send it to a friend, a family member, anyone who has ever said I have nothing to hide so I have nothing to worry about. Because now you know that is the most dangerous sentence a person can say. This has been Credit Smart Canada. Subscribe if you have not already, hit the bell so you never miss what comes next, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me, did you know about this before today? I read every single one. Stay informed, stay protected, and I will see you in the next one.